Before this episode starts, I wanted to let you know that I'm having my first pop-up meetup in Blaine, Minnesota at my old work, Thorn Brothers. It's on Sunday the 10th. If you guys want to come see the new truck build for yourself or just come see me in person, and I'll have some of my new merchandise there too, which includes a new sweatshirt I haven't released yet. So come to this address on Sunday. Again, that's this Sunday. Hopefully see you guys there. Thanks. We're starting off with a blank slate for the first time in 2 years. There is absolutely nothing back here, and we're back to basically a stock truck. For those of you that aren't familiar with the channel, my name is Mavrik. I like to truck camp sometimes, and for the last 2 years, I had a flatbed truck camping platform back here. Just recently, I've decided to change it up. So today is the day that we're going to begin our project. I'm going to imagine that this is going to be at least a week's worth of work. But that could even be a little hopeful. There's a lot of things that I want to change. The biggest of which is gaining a little more foot space so I can have some headroom, and I would also like to be able to cook efficiently in the truck. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this cruddy plastic bed liner and replace it with something a little more insulated, which I've been meaning to do for a while. It's never as easy as you think, is it? This is where my kitchen was in my last truck build, and I had a couple soy sauce bottles break, maple syrup, honey leaking. So that's probably what this residue is here. Nice and squeaky clean. It's not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. I'm gonna drop the new bed liner in here. Velcro, huh? So for the first part of the design process, I was having a rough idea, like picturing what I wanted in the truck. So I reached out on my Instagram, which you can totally follow, at Mavrik Joos, and a few of you replied. Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Yo, what's up?
Can you hear?
I definitely got the most inspiration from Michael Raspberry and Owen Jansen, so thank you both very much for your inspiration on this build, as well as helping me draw out some stuff. It definitely helped my scrambled brain. First of many Home Depot runs. At least I'm sure there's going to be many. So there was a ton of options for plywood once I got to the store, but I decided to go with sandywood plywood because I read online that it's supposed to be good for like marine grade quality, and if rain or water somehow ends up getting in my truck, thought it might be durable enough. So I have two.
One of these and two of these.
Yep, 2 1/2 inch and then 1 3/4. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Probably in about 5 minutes. Now we almost have a workshop. All right, so instead of getting a table saw, I decided to get basically a track saw attachment for my radial saw. It's a lot cheaper than actually buying a track saw, and hopefully I can still achieve the same type of straight cuts. This thing was only $150 versus spending like $450 on a track saw, so hopefully it works. But I also think it would be pretty dangerous to operate a table saw by myself, so here goes nothing. It's pretty straight. Let's go test fit it. Perfect. It's always nice to test fit stuff because now I realize I could fit a 1/2 inch of plywood here. So that means when I attach my support pieces, I'm just going to attach them to the side rather than going from the top. So this is my old bed from my old truck camping setup. You can see that it's 39 inches wide, which is pretty big. I'm not going to be able to fit the entire thing in this build. I would like to be able to have, I mean, ideally a 26-inch bed would be sweet, but... And then I want to fit my stove on this side. 16 inches comfortably. Alright, so 16 for that stove. Means that we'll need to make like a 17-inch drawer at least. Alright, so then I could get by at 17. Alright. We're figuring stuff. Mud! Alright, now I need to measure to the top of the wheel wells. 8 1/4. Alright, 8 1/4. My neighbor kids are awesome. So now I need to make some really important decisions. It's not really gonna make much sense to you right now because you don't know what's going on in my head, but basically I need to decide how big my drawers are gonna be and how high my headspace is gonna be and how much foot space I'm gonna give myself. All right, I'm giving myself an extra inch for my bed than my kitchen. So we're going to 18 for the bed, and we're going 17 for the kitchen. That gives us 13 inches in between. All right, here's the end of day one. Got my main frame all done. Just gotta leave it to dry overnight. See, it's not quite perfect. Definitely a lot better than the last build so far. Knock on wood. Woo.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I help you find anything?
Just wood screws.
Wood screws?
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Hello. There you go.
Thank you. You too. 50 degrees here in the Northwoods today, so got a perfect day to build. Even though I glued these down, I'm a little worried that they're gonna buckle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a support here and here to one, hold up my drawer slides that I got, but two, to also add some support and some extra surface area for this to not wobble so much back and forth. I'll do that to this side too. Basically, I'm gonna cut strips like this that are only a 1/2 inch long. We're just gonna secure them alongside here. All right, got all these cut. Now it's just time to glue them in. I had to give you the too. Upgrade. I had to give you the part two when it go. Okay, what you gonna say? All right, so I'm just kind of trying to figure things out here. These drawer slides are 60 inches, super heavy duty, and are gonna be really nice for my new build, but the only issue is they didn't come with hardware, so I'm gonna have to run to the hardware store and pick up some stuff that's gonna work for me. Alright, so I've got all the drawer slides kind of secured into place with wood. The reason why I put wood up here is because when there's pressure on the slide when it's all the way out, it'll make it so it is harder for the slide to like get out. I mean, these aren't even attached yet. I haven't even screwed them in. I can almost pick this whole thing up with just the slide, so that's a good sign. But I'm gonna take these brad nails out once it's dry. They're just setting in with some wood glue. In the meantime, I'm gonna mock up one of these drawers, probably this one, honestly. I don't want it to go the full length here, because if this pulls out, that means that there's gonna be like this much buried in here, so I'm gonna have to like reach in and stuff's gonna be kind of hidden. So I'd rather just have like stationary storage back here. So what I'm gonna do is make the drawer about 64 inches long, and then this is just gonna be like a cubby in the back of the truck for like blankets or maybe a sleeping bag or something. I'll feel better once I get a drawer cut, but it's shaping up. All right, so I got 2 drawer sides cut. Day 2 doesn't really look like much else was done, but cutting all this little wood and just thinking about stuff was a lot of work today, so. Apparently the wood that I bought is really tough to stain and varnish or paint. Although identified as a hardwood at Home Depot, it's not a true hardwood. Sandy ply is like a Chinese birch ply, apparently. Why is this important? Because I'm literally going to buy another ply of it right now. Ran out yesterday. Gonna get some hardware. And we're getting the day started early today. I swear, every day, I feel like I'm gonna get here earlier, and it just doesn't happen. I spent another $250 on paint and mounting hardware and some flooring. What up?
I just oh,
Oh, really? the hell? Good luck trying to trim 1/8 of an inch off this. Yup. It's like... I thought I had a good idea of what I wanted to do, but it changed mid-build, and I decided to rip out a piece that I literally just put in yesterday. Who put this in upside down? Why are you upside down? Who did this? That's chaos. Remember all that work I just did? We're gonna wreck it. Alright, so I came up with an idea, and it required some demolition, so hopefully I don't regret this in the near future. And look at that, it's the exact length that we need. Amazing, isn't that crazy? How's that? I cut it perfect. So my big idea was to make the drawer slides on one side, so I actually gain an extra couple, like almost an inch of extra space in the drawer. It also adds a cool factor of being able to pull out the entire kitchen and makes everything accessible inside of the truck. Ooh, like a glove. Tell you what, buddy, I'm glad we're inside today. Poor dude wishes he could come inside. It's our bud. Now I'm gonna install these slides. I really need to make sure that they're both very even, because if they're not, the locking mechanism won't work. Spent freaking $49 on all this hardware. Because these didn't come with hardware, but we're gonna see if we can figure it out. First things first is to drill some holes to mount the actual bracket into the drawer system I built. Oh! Howdy! Is that still even or no? Not really. Yeah. So we're on to the really exciting part of putting on the drawers. It's also very nerve-wracking because I don't exactly know if this is going to line up correctly. But I'm going to rough in these by just using some wood screws in here and seeing if it works. And then if it does, we'll make it a little more secure. There's not really that many better options other than drawers to be able to maximize the storage. The difference between this build and my old one is that now I have slides, which take up a little bit of room. These drawers are also a little bit smaller, but in the long run, this will be nicer because it'll be more sturdy, and hopefully, even though I have a little bit less space, it helps me pack strategically. Go a long way, so. All right, we're cutting the top sheet. Kind of nerve-wracking. 2 brains is better than 1 sometimes. My brain's not functioning very well this morning. I'm getting excited! Cooking is one of the things I like to do in the back of my truck, and it hasn't really been comfortable lately. So one of the things I wanted to add was an area to cook on. And butcher block can be food safe, and you can cut right on it. So I thought I might try to make a desk out of butcher block. The reason I chose butcher block is because you can just condition the outside of the wood and seal it and make it food safe. It also acts as a cutting board, so this is just like the perfect desk for me to eat and work and cook on. Woo! Pretty. I have all of the pieces cut, I have all of the materials I need, and reason to believe that I can finish this build today. It is now day number 9, and probably hour 20-something on this thing. Got my top sheets cut, just need to do the rough-ins, make sure they fit right, wrap them, cut cubby holes. It's a big day today, but I think I can finish it. Cross my fingers. Okay, that's pretty good. First things first, I'm the realist. Now, first things first, we're gonna do this. Sheesh, I can't figure this out.
In this example, we'll use the straight edge method.
Wow. So I decided to hinge the kitchen doors because it allows me to store some stuff in the lids. You'll see some more on that later. But I also wanted to be able to access the inside from the outside of the truck and on the inside, as well as have a work surface on both the outside and inside. And hinging them is really the only way I could think of doing that. All right, now we're gonna lay my flooring. Let's see if this works. So for flooring, I ended up going with 100% weatherproof vinyl flooring. This stuff is a pain in the butt to install, by the way. It's really brittle. You have to use like chalks to hit it. In small spaces, definitely not recommended, but this is not easy, huh? It's a little rough, but for now, it'll do. All right, before I put the carpet on this piece of wood, I'm just coating it with some polyurethane right here. This is just a water-based product that's gonna help the wood not get so moist on the inside. If for whatever reason water spills on this or like leaks into the cap, I don't want it getting into the wood and possibly warping it or, God forbid, starting some molding issues. So even though it's gonna be carpeted, it still needs to be sealed. Make sure I get all inside the edges too. Here you can see me spraying some adhesive on my wood right before I apply the carpet. I just did this because on my last build, my turf would slide around and be kind of sticking up in some places, and the adhesive obviously just helps the carpet stick down. So staples, adhesion, it's all great. Come on. Let's go. Huh? Not bad. Oh my gosh. All right, and after 12 days of working on this truck build off and on, I'm finally ready to show you guys the finished product. Dude. I am actually so excited about this, like to be able to put my feet down. It looks so good, dude. It looks so much better than my last build. All right, so first things first, obviously this is my bed area. This is the same mattress that I was using before. It's just 4-inch foam. Underneath there's some cubbies, but I might have to make a cover for this mattress at some point, but I had to cut it down to fit in this area. These little cubby doors just give me access to this drawer that I'll be sleeping over. This is my wheel well storage. I'll probably put like toe strap stuff in here. Yeah, so really quick, latched drawer slides. Ended up cutting some dividers for here. Can kind of just easily take these out, store them back here, and have bigger places to store items. But yeah, this is gonna be more on my clothing side. Of course, here's the kitchen. This pulls all the way out. Flip this open. Bam, got all my utensils right here. Cooktop, some propane. It's back over. Got this guy. Nice butcher block countertop on some Amazon hinges. All the spices and everything are in here. Can cook outside, or I can just push this entire thing in, lock it into place, and I have everything available inside the cab to cook. Another cool feature is this right here. So this pulls all the way out, and then you can actually put it right here. You can use this for storage, and then I can get some extra cushions and sleep too in here pretty easily. Coming back here, I got a storage cubby right here. I got a storage cubby right here. And I've got a storage cubby right here. I've got little cubbies right here for my battery. Over the wheel well storage. Access to this little cubby right here. Some shoes in there right now. Pretty awesome. And you can see I have a nice amount of headroom. It was a much needed update, and it's getting me excited to get back on the road. So I guess now I just gotta plan a trip. I am gonna like laminate this with something at some point. I have some Formica coming, so I was thinking like an off-white maybe. Like kind of the color of my shoes actually, which definitely not the smartest color to be wearing here. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you enjoy the upcoming episodes. As always, until next time, you already know the drill. Just keep on trucking.